Alrighty, welcome baseball fans as well. We're here from Shelbyville and a little bit rainy here today, getting a little bit of a late start here, but we're just underway and we got a 2-2 count on the hitter, which is Linneman at the plate here. He's the shortstop and he is out here. We're going to Timpson as it is Brewster on the hill here, and there's a strikeout for out number one. High fly ball out into shallow center field here. The wind playing some havoc with it, but backing up there forward on the second baseman as that is Moreland over there making the catch for out number two. So Brewster back on now. Here, nobody on. First pitch is low for ball one. 1-0 at the plate here. Giving the swing, going to foul it off to the left side, and it'll get out of play. All right, 2-1 count now is what's going to be up inside. And that'll be a full base on balls here. So we'll have runner over at first here for the Mount Enterprise Wildcats here. Start off. So runner over on first. 1 out. So stepping into the plate here, and the third hitter, Rogers. He's the third baseman. Standing here with the runner on over first. That's going to be outside by Brewster. Not able to make a throw down there for the catcher, Crawford. So it'll be a stolen base, and runner will now be over at second here for the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise. And with 1 out, it's a 1-0 count to him here at the plate. That one's going to get away, and on the wild pitch, Brewster allows the runner to now run over to third. So in scoring position now for the Wildcats is Enterprise, Mount Enterprise. Has a base on balls for Brewster and now sends him over to third. Pitch on the way, outside, going to get away. Here comes the play out of the plate. They're not going to be able to get him there. Nice try for him by the catcher, but it is a 1-0 ball game here as the run does come in. And a couple wild pitches here has brought the run in. And with 1 out, it will be a 1-0 ball game here for Mount Enterprise. So coming to the plate here, number 3, that is Jake Webb. He is the center fielder for the Wildcats. He'll step in here against Brewster. 2 outs, nobody on. All right, there is 2 outs, nobody on out there. As we got a timeout here on the field. Coach Tondro had to have a chat with his pitcher Brewster out there at the hill. throw over to first base here to keep him honest over there at first. As some of the rain did roll through here, folks, it sure did make it a windy, chilly night. Here's got a couple of games going on here this afternoon. It's going to be a throw down, and that's going to be off the mark here. And that'll be a stolen base now. Runner over at second for Mount Enterprise and the Wildcats. They're getting stuff going here to start off into this first inning against Brewster. Stumped to the plate here, number 11. That is Zaransky. He plays left field here for the Wildcats. He'll step in. He'll take strike number 1. You can hear that wind just really picking up out here. So here's a pitch from Brewster. Can't catch the outside edge. It'll be a 1-1 count. That one's going to get away, and that's going to allow the runner to move over to third on the wild pitch there. So now runner in scoring position over third once again. Gets him over to third here. Already 1-0 and 2 outs, and it's a 2-2 count here at the plate. Pitch on the way, low outside. Crawford picking it up there. That'll make the count full. Looking for the payoff pitch now coming. Stepping back in is Zaransky, sorry. And the pitch to him. Swing and a miss for the strikeout, and that's definitely what the Bears needed there as they get out of the inning here with only 1 run, but they do leave one over there at third as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. It is a 1-0 ball game here in Shelbyville as it is Timpson and Mount Enterprise here this afternoon on a Net SN.
Sparky D's Bargain Store. Who are we? We're an online auction store. You'll find us on Facebook only. We're located in Center, Texas. Check us out as we have auctions going on right now. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store, an online auction store that can save you lots of money. Go check out our page, bid on items you like, and save yourself a lot of money. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store, Facebook only, located in Center. At Sparky D's Bargain Store, we'll save you more.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here ready to go as it will be the Timpson Bears coming to the plate now here. And they will be ready to go here. First pitch outside. Pitcher on the mound there is Harmon, Caden Harmon. Throws outside. It'll be ball number 1. I don't know why I'm having an issue with my scoreboard here, folks, but I'll try to get this right here as we're kind of putting things back together after a rainstorm to kind of blow through here. Now we're getting everything hooked right back up here this afternoon. First of 2 games going to be going on here in Shelbyville. It's a great place to play because the field drains very, very well. So here we go. That's a bouncer over to the right side, and that's now a 1-1 count. 1-2 count to the hitter at the plate, and that is Crawford, the catcher for the Timpson Bears. Catch both bags there on the corner. Nice little bit of a breaking ball in there by Harmon. And that runs it now to 2-2. So Harmon ready to go here. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's a shot, and it's going to get over to the left side, and it'll get out there to the left fielder. Left fielder grabbing it up there, the Zarinsky, and he'll get it back in. So that'll be runner on here with no outs. Coming to the plate here for the Bears. That is Duke, the first baseman. He'll step up here ready to go. And with a man on, lefty comes up here to face the lefty here. Throw over to first. Hold him on over there at first base. That is Jackson Jones. But taking his lead over there at first is Crawford. So it's a ball one here to him at the plate. Harmon on the bump here, ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that's a shot out into center field. Center fielder there driving up underneath it. That's Jake Webb. He'll get underneath it and make the play for the first out. So runner will remain over at first. All right, so here we go. Next hitter at the plate is going to be the pitcher, Brewster. He's going to sit up and throw over to first, runner over at first. He is the leadoff man, Crawford, the catcher. So Brewster stepping back in here, ready to go against Harmon. Going to throw over. So Harmon keeping a close eye there on Crawford as Coach Tondro over there at first. Coach V over at third. Harmon taking a step off the mound, taking a timeout, stepping right back into the bag here, or to the plate is Brewster. And from the stretch, Brewster, the drive out into a left center field, and that was a hit and run there. And nice job, Crawford, on the hit run. And he'll make it into third, so on the throw in, it will now be runners at second and third here for the Bears with no outs. 1 out, I'm sorry. Do you see that out up there? All right, so now runners at second and third here for the Bears. Coming to the plate is going to be Quist, the shortstop. That's Quist to step up here now. Going to see if he can move them around. See if they can tie up the ball game. So Quist standing in here ready to go against Harmon. Here's the pitch. Outside, nice job here by the catcher. That is Alsop. Be a 1-0 count at the plate. Checking with Coach V down the line is Quist. He'll stand right back in here. Trying to get a couple runs here on a good base knock. Here's the pitch. Catching the outside edge. And that's a 1-1 count. One out. Quist right back in. 1-0 Mount Enterprise. Scoring on a couple of wild pitches, and that one may get past to the catcher here, and they're going to try to throw over. Oh, it just does get underneath of the tag there. That was a close play there at the plate, but Brewster does get in, or Crawford does get in underneath the tag, and the runner will move over. So it will be a 1-1 count at the plate. Runner moves over to third, and now will be a 1-1 ball game here. As Quist still at the plate with a 1-2 count to him. That was a close play there at the plate. And the pitch from Harmon comes in. That's in there for a call strike 1. Or call strike 3, sorry. That's out 2 for the second strikeout. Second out of the inning. Coming to the plate here is going to be Carroll, the third baseman. Carroll steps up with a runner over at third. So Carroll stands in here now, ready to go as Harmon bringing it to the plate. That's a good pitch in there. Catching the outside edge. It will now be a 0-1 count to him. Low on outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss now. A 1-2 count here at the plate. Trying to get that run in here as Carroll trying to give it a ride. Harmon looking to get his team out of here with a tie ball game at 1. Both teams scoring here in this first inning. Pitch on the way from Harmon. It's in that outside edge for a call. Just G-Rack at 3. So that will do it here for the Bears, but they do bring the run in to tie things up here at the end of the first inning. It will be a 1-1 ball game here this afternoon as we are in Shelbyville, and it is the rain makeup here as Timpson and Mount Enterprise are hooking it up here on NetSN. Of the second inning in this 1-1 ball game here this afternoon. We'll get that changed out up there. And a couple of games here being taken care of due to the weather coming through. We did have one line of storms that rolled through here. Finally got everything out of the way. And looks like we're going to have some dry weather over the next couple of days. A lot of games going on here. We'll be right back here in Shelbyville tomorrow as the guys from Center will be here for the Center Rough Riders here about 4:30. And then I'll be back here for Shelbyville and Gary. And then on Friday, I'll make my way over to Joaquin for Joaquin and Woden. And then we'll see if we have something going on for the weekend. And then back on Monday, we'll be back in Timpson as we'll cover softball on Timpson there. As Timpson and Joaquin had a game that was supposed to be yesterday, and they will move that to Monday, so we'll be there for that one. And then the following Tuesday, I do believe we're going to try to get over to Beckville for Beckville and Shelbyville softball to wrap up the softball season. And then right back into some baseball games here before we get into the playoffs here on NetSN and the NFHS Network. All right, so here we go. 1-1 ball game. Mount Enterprise was able to get a leadoff walk and bring the run around on a couple of wild pitches here by the pitcher Brewster. And then he settles in here and doesn't allow another run to come across. So 1-1 ball game. Here as we go to the second inning. Stepping up here first is the pitcher Harmon. See if he can help his own cause. He'll go here against Brewster. As Timpson and Mount Enterprise looking to fight for that third and fourth spot right now. Helping with some help from up top. Really fighting their way into the talk here as we get towards the season. And that was called a ball. Boy, that sure looked like a good strike call. Good strike right there, but Blue called it a ball. Woo. That's a shot high, fly ball over to the left side, and we'll get some camera action over there down into foul ground. And the first baseman over there, Duke, goes off his glove there in foul ground. The wind blowing it around out there too. Definitely a factor over there in that foul ground. So Duke is judging that one. And it'll be a strike call. 2-1 now to him at the plates. Harmon. He's got Burkhart, the right fielder, and Jones, the first baseman. First three up here against Brewster in the second. Here's the pitch on the way. Back over to that side off of the fence. Off the screen, I should say. 2-2 count. So now 2-2. As Brewster will bring it. Nice curveball down the third base line, and it will be out of play. And that'll make the count, leave the count even at 2-2. So after the foul ball, 2-2 count. Harmon right back in. No out. Nobody on here. Harmon is the leadoff man against Brewster. And Brewster looking for a dry ball. Not going to be easy to come by here probably. So the count 2-2 as Harmon stands right back in here ready to go. And here's the pitch on the way. That'll be low for a full count now at the plate. So now full count. Here comes Brewster to him. Low for ball number 4. So leadoff man on here with no outs for the Wildcats. Coming to the plate, lefty Lucas Burkhart, right fielder. And now with the man on, Burkhart steps in, ready to go. Pitch on the way. Low. Good job here by Crawford, staying in front of that one. So 1-0 to him. Back in goes Burkhart. Brewster bringing it low. Here's the throw. Going to throw down. Going to be to the shortstop side. And then not there in time. So a stolen base, but it is 2-0 at the plate. And now a runner over in scoring position here for the Wildcats as stolen base comes through. And now it is runner scoring position here for Burkhart. They tried to take the lead back. Both teams scoring in that first inning. Sorry, Coach. It's going to blow away. I got it. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Got away from me. Need to tape it down. Foul ball here about the plate. I think we got a 3-1 count there at the plate. Tape some of the stuff down, getting a little bit of a wind blowing around out here. All right, so there we go. There's a shot right back up to the middle. Going to keep the runner over at the third. And they'll get it over to Duke over at first, Will Brewster. So that will be 1 out. So 1 out, leaving that runner over at second. Good job there by Brewster to check him back. And coming to the plate now will be number 7, Jackson Jones, the first baseman. So the lefty will stand up here against the lefty. Runner will take his lead over at second. Here's a pitch to Jones. Swing and a miss, 0-1 to him. Comes in, there's a throw down to third, and it's going to skip, and it's going to get into the left field. Here comes a throw back, and it's still going to be low on the throw, skipping back into the infield. And everybody going to be there on the stolen base. And it's 0-2 at the plate. And now we'll move the runner over to third here for the Wildcats Mount Enterprise. So Jones standing in here with an 0-2 count, 1 out. Brewster bringing it. There's a shot over to third. Up on it, going to come home. That's going to be a high throw. It just does get in under the tag there. Nice job with the throw, just a little bit high there from third. If it had been a little bit low, probably would have been in there for the out. But the run does come in, and it is a first. And now it is a 2-1 ball game here for Mount Enterprise. 1 out. Runner over at first here on the fielder's choice. So Brewster going to throw over. Brewster throwing over there to first. Forgot to plug something in. I'm going to lose the computer. Yeah. Here we go. We're going to get some juice to computer, folks. My apologies. There we go. That'll help. There we go. All righty. So what we have here at the plate now is we have an 0-1 count here at the plate. Got a runner over at first. He's leaning over there at the plate. You got Nick Jones, the second baseman. Brewster trying to keep the runner over at first. From the stretch. Throwing back over to first. Duke holding him on. I'm going to be outside there, and that'll make it a 2-1 count now at the plate. Just getting away there from Crawford, but keeping it to him close enough to keep the runner over at first. Actually see some blue sky off over there to the west of us a little bit here. Here's the pitch from Brewster. Here's the runner's going to go, and it's going to get to the screen. So It will be a 2-2 count, or 3-2 count, 3-1 count at the plate. A runner now over at second. Ball's flying all over the place, getting wild out there. All righty, so now back in at the plate here is Nick Jones trying to move around. He's got a runner in scoring position over at second base. Here's Brewster with the pitch. It's going to be fouled off. And it'll count, we're going to go full. So the full count. Nick Jones right back in the box here, ready to go. Brewster checks him over at second. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way. That's a shot, and it's going to get into the right field gap there. And they get it on there as right fielder trying to get it in there. And coming in to score from second is going to be Jones. And he'll come around and score. So we got the RBI out there, and a nice job there by Jones to bring in the run. So runner will now be back over at first. It will now be a 3-1 ball game here with only one out. Runner over at first here for the Wildcats. That's in there for strike number 1 to him. 0-1 count. As Linneman coming in here. And it's going to be a fair ball, and not having a throw there at it is Duke. As Linneman runs it out. And it will now be runners at first and second here for the Wildcats. Still only one out. So coming to the plate now is going to be Alsop, the catcher. He'll come up here and have runners at first and second here for the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise, as they've now made it a 3-1 ball game here into the top of the second inning with only one out. Brewster to the plate. And that one's low for ball number 1. So the 1-0 count to him. And Alsop goes right back into the box here, ready to go. Brewster checking the runner, is going to throw over to second, being covered there by the second baseman, Moreland. Getting back in there is Jones. As Lindemann is over at first. That's a 1-1 count now at the plate. Brewster bringing it low, 2-1. Brewster checking him out over there at the second. Now ready to bring it to the plate. That's low, and we'll make it a 3-1 count. So 3-1 runners at first and second here for the Wildcats as they're looking to play a little add-on. They've already put 2 up here onto the board in the top half of the second. Couple good hits. And the pitch on the way, and that's a drive over onto the left side. And it's going to be Duke once again over there on the first side. He'll be able to make the play there in foul ground. Wind died down a little bit, and that helps out. That first one was, boy, it got up in the wind, and it just got all wonky on him over there. So 2 outs, leaving the runners over at first and second. Coming to the plate, number 14. That is Aiden Rogers, the third baseman. See if he can. So here's Rogers standing in. That's a shot, and it's going to get right there. Oh, just past the outstretched arms there of the shortstop, Quist, and it'll get all the way to the fence. Here it comes around, and they're coming around, looking to come in here, and it will be a 2 RBI triple there for Rogers, the third baseman, as he smoked that one. And, I mean, it got out to the fence, and it got out there quick as a couple more runs come in here. And with 2 outs, clearing off the base pads. One of the triple. They're out here, so we may have a pitching change going on. As we're going to have the runner over at third. And it will now be a 5-1 ball game here. As it looks like we may have a little chat out there on the hill before we get ready to go. 5-1 Mount Enterprise. A big knock right there by Aiden Rogers. It just got to the outside stretch there of Quist, the shortstop. If he was able to knock it down, might have saved a run or two there, but just gets out there and gets all the way down to the left field fence. So a nice job of hitting there by Quist, or by Rogers. And it brings in a couple. Rogers will be standing over at third after the triple. Mount Enterprise, 5-1 here. Coming up after this one, there will be another game here in Shelbyville this afternoon. And it will be Douglas. We'll be playing here after this. And then come up tomorrow, another doubleheader here. It'll start with Spring Hill and Center. The Rough Riders will come over here and we'll play Spring Hill. And then Shelbyville will take on Gary here in a big district matchup here right after that. Here, and we'll have both those games for you on NetSN tomorrow. So ready to go here. Stepping in is the center fielder Webb. He'll step in here ready to go now. Have a runner over at a third. Brewster stays in outside, and it will be a 1-0 count to him. Excuse me. Brewster outside. Here comes the run coming in from home. Here's the throw in, and not going to be there in time. Sliding in there for the run on the wild pitch, Rogers. And 3 of those, at least this afternoon, those wild pitches have brought in a couple of runs here today already for Mount Enterprise against Timpson there. So that will now make it a 6-1 ball game here. 2-0 at the plate, and the bases are now empty for Brewster. And Mount Enterprise going to take a commanding lead here as Webb stands in there now with a 2-0, 3-0 count. Still 2 outs here, and that's in there for a strike called. 3-1. Brewster now working from the windup, bringing it. And he says he goes around here, going to call him swinging, so now it's a 3-2. Brewster trying to get out of this inning here as they put up a 5 spot already, and there's a swing, going to miss for the strikeout, and that'll end of the inning right here for the Enterprise. Brewster gets the strike, but it will be a 6-1 ball game as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. We'll be right back here on the NetSN from a chilly, windy Shelbyville here on the NetSN this afternoon.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Don't miss your chance to experience the Blake Furniture Solar Eclipse Blackout Sale. Come into any of our 9 East Texas locations, mention Blackout, and you're eligible for interest-free terms and free local delivery. Just like the Eclipse, this Blackout Sale will go away fast. Come see us today.
Your local bank is on the move with improvements to 2 locations, one on the World Wide Web. What used to be ShelbySavingsBank.com is now SSBTex.com, a more powerful and user-friendly website. And at the original Selma Street location, a new lobby to better serve you. Improvements to the corner of Shelbyville and Selma, and at the intersection of your device and the World Wide Web, it's SSB, same bank, new look.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we get ready to go to the bottom half of the second inning. All right, so here we go. Coming to the plates, number 15, that is going to be Stevenson. He is the DH here this afternoon. And now there's a shot, and it's going to go to the screen, and it'll get out of play. Stevenson facing Harmon here into the second. Harmon now with a little bit of a comfortable lead here as this team leads at 6-1. That's in there for a strike called here from Harmon. Now it is a 0-2 count. Tondro having a little chat with his team down the first base line at the end of that last inning. And swinging and a miss right there for the strikeout. So 1 out. Coming to the plate will be Searcy, the center fielder. Bass on the deck. Holloway in the hole for the Bears. So Harmon now working from the windup. Strike one there on the foul ball. So Searcy right back in here. 0-1 to him after the foul ball. Up high inside, and now a 1-1 count to him. So 1-1 count here out of the plate. Foul ball back to the screen. Now makes it a 1-2 count. Searcy. So Searcy steps back in with a 1-2 count after fouling that one back to the screen. 1 out here. The bottom of the second for the Eagles, and that's a swing and a miss. And that'll be now out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Harmon for the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise. So coming to the plate here, number 13, that's Bass, the right fielder. His first time at the plate here today. Ball 1 to him. So the 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss now, 2-1. So Bass right back in here with a little runner right back out to Harmon there at first, and he'll make the play on the 1-3 for out number 3. And that'll do it here for the Timpson Bears. So we will go to the 3rd inning. The Mount Enterprise Wildcats lead it by a score of 6-1. We'll be right back here on a Net SN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Year in and year out, Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep has backed the riders. And year in and year out, Wright Chrysler is the place you go for the right vehicles, Jeeps, SUVs, cars, and trucks. Sales manager Jeff Baker and Chrysler and Rough Rider standout Greg Hubbard would love to set you up with the right vehicle at Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here ready to go to the 3rd inning. It is a 6-1 lead here for the Mount Enterprise Wildcats as they are looking to get a big win here over the Timpson Bears, who really work on those playoff positioning here as we're down to the last couple of weeks of the season here for baseball and softball here in the Piney Woods. So Brewster right back up on the hill. First batter he'll face will be Zarazinski. I'm sure I got that. Zarazinski. Okay, apologize there, folks, but Zarazinski, he is up first here as he is the left fielder. Played very well here today at the plate. Ready to step up here, ready to go here against Brewster into the 3rd. Pitch on the way, low outside, ball 1. Brewster, look in. There's a shot, and it's going to be in the gap there over to the left side, and it'll get out in the left field. There's another hit there on the way here for Zarazinski. And then that will bring up Harmon to the plate, to looking to help his own cause, a pitcher. Stand here now with no outs and a runner over at first for the Wildcats. Here's the pitch on the way from Brewster. It's going to be low for ball one. One-0 to him. Staying away from that one. That's a nice pitch there from Brewster. It's now 1-1 count. So now another chat on the hill here between Coach Tondro and his team. See if he decides to leave Brewster in there, and he's going to take Brewster out. So we'll take Brewster out. Looks like he's going to go over to shortstop. So we're going to get a pitch and change going on here. For the Bears. That's going to put Brewster now over at shortstop. We'll see if we can get some of the changes going around here for the Bears coming here. I do believe it's going to be Carroll, the third baseman, is going to now move in and be the pitcher. So Carroll will be the new pitcher. And I do believe Brewster is going to go over there at shortstop. And then that's going to put Quist over at the third. That's the way Coach Tondro is going to do it. So, okay, so now we got the lineups there. As it will be the new pitcher, Carroll. He'll move over from third. There's runners on the corners here for Mount Enterprise. And a pitch and change coming here for the Timpson Bears. In the top of the third inning. Trailing it 6-1 here is the Wildcats are looking to play a little add-on as Coach Tondro has had to go to next picture. So now we're ready to go here. Warm-up tosses by Carroll are complete. And coming to the plates, number 7, that is Jackson Jones, a big knot. He got himself on base last time he was up. And he'll have runners on the corners here with one out. And facing a new pitcher, Carroll. That's up on the inside. And again, it just does catch him there on the uniform. So it is going to be everybody loaded up here as the bases will be full. So it just does catch him there on the jersey, on the pitch on the inside. So now bases full here for the Wildcats. Leading it big. Coming to the plate here, the number 9 here, Nick Jones. He'll come up here. And Carroll from the windup. Got Wildcats all over the base pads. Here's the shot. Outside, ball 1. So 1-0 to him. As Carroll brings it. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. Job by Crawford here. There have been a couple of wild pitches by the Bear pitchers who have allowed a couple runs to come in here. Catch all the runners all over the base pads here. That's up high in the side. And that'll now be a 2-1 count at the plate. Over at third. There's a shot there at the third, and going to be able to pick it there is a shot comes across, and that one not going to be there by the third baseman as Quist does make the play over there on the unassisted. So that is 2 outs. Run does come in to make it a 7-1 ball game. And that will leave runners onto the corners here for the Wildcats. On the bouncer there to the third baseman, Quist. Tried to throw over the first, just a little low there onto the throw. So Carroll Get some swing and a miss here to the leadoff man, Lindemann. And it's 0-1 to him. Carroll coming set here. Here's the pitch. That's up high, and now it's a 1-1 count. Both teams scoring a run there into the first, and then 5 in the top of the second. Now 1 here into the top of the third for the Wildcats. And that's up inside as well. It's now 2-1 count to him at the plate. Carroll can't catch the outside edge. It will go 3-1, in danger of loading him up here once again. Lindemann standing right in here, waiting for this 3-1. That's, just does catch the outside edge. Now 3-2. So here comes the payoff pitch to Lindemann. Fouls it back to the screen. Alsop will be on deck if Lindemann can get on here. Runners on the corners for the Wildcats here as they lead at 7-1 now. And the pitch on the way. High for ball 4, and that'll run the bases full. So with 2 outs, and the base is now full here for the Wildcats. And Carroll will now face the catcher, Hayden Alsop. On deck will be Rogers. Had himself a big knock there in that last inning. That big 5-run inning there for the Wildcats. Here's Carroll to the plate. That's going to catch him on the backside, and that'll bring in a run. 8-1 now to score. So the Wildcats now leave them loaded. Now it goes to 8-1. And step to the plate, number 14, Rogers, the third baseman. Rocked one all the way out to the left field fence. In the last inning, strike 1 to him. That's in there for a call. Strike 2. Carroll trying to find his way in there, get out of this inning without any more damage here. Only 2 runs across here. Now the base is full with 2 outs. That's a bouncer over at the third, and not going to be able to. Oh, the play is going to be off the mark there at first. It's going to get into foul ground, and he's going to be safe at first on the throw over. And another run does come in, and it will still be runners on the corners here with 2 outs. And a little runner out there by Rogers leaves him over at first as the throw is errant here as Carroll grabs it on that third base line, tries to throw it across. And it is off the mark there. So with 2 outs, that'll leave runners onto the corners here for the Wildcats. Another couple runs come in and make it a 10-1 ball game. So runners back on the corners. Outside here at the plate, number 3, Jake Webb, center fielder. Runner takes off and goes to second, no throw. Here's the pitch to him. That's fouling it away. 1-1 count now at the plate. Still 2 outs, but runners in scoring position here now for Mount Enterprise and the Wildcats. As they're trying to put it on to the Bears here, and the Bears are going to have to try to figure out some way to come back here in the bottom of that third. Up high inside, and it's now 2-1. So 2-1 to him, and Carroll brings it. That's in there for a strike called, 2-2. And Webb checking with coach down the third baseline. Got Alsop and Rogers. Alsop at third, Rogers over there at the second. Up inside now. Oh, he does call it a strike. So there we go. So they'll leave a couple runners on here, and it is a third strikeout there for the first strikeout there for Carroll. And 4 runs do come across, and they'll leave a couple men on here as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. 4 runs come in here to make it a 10-1 ball game for the Mount Enterprise Wildcats over Timpson Bears here this afternoon on NetSN.
Your local bank is on the move with improvements to 2 locations. One on the World Wide Web. What used to be ShelbySavingsBank.com is now SSBTex.com, a more powerful and user-friendly website. And at the original Selma Street location, a new lobby to better serve you. Improvements to the corner of Shelbyville and Selma, and at the intersection of your device and the World Wide Web, it's SSB, same bank, new look.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible, no matter their age. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointments, telehealth services you can do from home, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd. Mount Enterprise has mounted a big enterprise of runs here so far into the first 3 innings, 1, 5, and 4 to give them a 10-1 lead here over the Timpson Bears here this afternoon, playing today in Shelbyville, the first of a doubleheader here today and tomorrow. We'll cover this game here today, and then tomorrow we will have another doubleheader for you. It will be the Center Rough Riders. They will be here to take on Spring Hill, and then we'll go Shelbyville Dragons taking on Gary and the Bobcats. And then we'll have that game for you here on NetSN tomorrow evening. So check that out here tomorrow. And then on Friday, our plan is to get over to Joaquin to take care of the Joaquin and Woden baseball game. And then Monday, we will be in Timpson as Coach Brewster and the Lady Bears and the Coach McCann and the Lady Rams will be over there to do a makeup game in Timpson. So we're planning on covering that game on Monday. And I look to be in Beckville on Tuesday, as we will have the Beckville and Shelbyville softball to wrap up the softball season. And then we'll be back to some baseball action all the way down, maybe making our way down to San Augustine and West Sabine down that way a couple of times here as we get ready to wrap up the baseball season. But a lot of great baseball coming out here. Looks like the weather is finally moving off here for us in the Piney Woods. We've had enough rain, I think, and I think we're good for a week or so. But be ready for a little bit cooler weather and a little bit of a wind. Other than that, should be really nice. All right, here we go. Harmon's still in to pitch. And at the plate, number 6, that is Holloway, the number 9 hitter. As they did get that run there into the first there for the Bears, but Harmon has done an excellent job here in the last couple of innings of keeping the Bears shut down at the plates. 1-1 the count here to the hitter, Holloway. High fly ball, and that's going to be a long strike out of play. Long strike right there for Holloway. Trying to get something started here for the Bears. Top of the order will be Crawford. He was the one that got on the base paths to start off the game. Ended up coming around to score that run there for the Bears. We just haven't really been able to do much after that. So now back at the plate here is Holloway after that long foul ball. Herman taking a little timeout now, ready to go for the Wildcats. Here comes the pitch. Catching the outside edge, and Steve Reich, number 3, and that is out number 1. A couple nice strikeouts here for Harmon on the afternoon, the last couple of innings, as he's kind of found his way in there. Here comes the leadoff man, Crawford, the catcher for the Bears, checking in with Coach V down to the third base line, telling him to get in there and get something started. We need some runs. We need base runners. So Crawford stepping in, ready to go. Here's the pitch from Harmon. Shot down the first base side, and there you go. That'll get into right field. And that'll get to the Bears a runner here with 1 out. So Crawford on once again here for the Bears. And now to the plate will be the first baseman Duke. And Harmon will now go to the stretch. Looking to bunt there, pulls it back, ball 1 to him. Mount Enterprise started out the game with a run. Timpson answers back, and then a big 5 spot, and then a big 4 spot the last 2 innings for the Wildcats. Have them up 10-1 here. There's a throw over to first. Diving back in is Crawford. Harmon ready to go here against the lefty Duke. Duke ready for the pitch. Outside, ball number 2. So Duke standing in here. Here's a 2-0 pitch to him. That's in there for a strike call. 2-1. So the 2-1 count. Thrown over is Harmon, keeping him on first over there is Jackson Jones. Crawford taking his lead. Not a big lead over there at first. Foul ball headed up back behind us, and it'll be a 2-2 count now at the plate. Harmon looking to make quick work here of the Bears. But Duke trying to say something about it. He's going to get caught there into the backside, so now runners will be over at the first and second here for the Bears with only 1 out. The Bears now try to put something together here in the 3rd inning. Coming to the plate, Brewster started off the pitcher, now over at the shortstop here for Coach Tondro and his squad. Now he'll step in here with runners at first and second against Harmon. See if he can cut into this lead. Harmon checking on Crawford at second. Here's a throw over, being held on by the second baseman over there, Nick Jones. Harmon once again checking him, but Jones backs off. Here's the pitch to the plate. Outside, ball 1. So 1 will count for Harmon. As Brewster right back in here trying to move the runners around. There's a high fly ball going to get out into right center field, right fielder. And now they'll call it for the center fielder. Here's the throw coming in here at third, and they'll be safe at third. And runners checking up to go to second and third here after the fly ball out. Makes it 2 outs. And runners will now be at second and third here for the Bears. They're trying to push a run across. So 2 outs. Here's Quist to the plates. Now moves over and in is the third baseman. There's a shot right at the shortstop. Right there on it for the Wildcats, Lindemann. And he'll make the throw 6-3 for the 3rd out here. So the Bears do threaten a little bit here, but no runs have come across. And we will go to the 4th inning. Mount Enterprise right now leading it by a score of 10-1 over the Timpson Bears here on a NetSN.
Sparky D's Bargain Store. Who are we? We're an online auction store. You'll find us on Facebook only. We're located in Center, Texas. Check us out as we have auctions going on right now. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store, an online auction store that can save you lots of money. Go check out our page, bid on items you like, and save yourself a lot of money. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store, Facebook only, located in Center. At Sparky D's Bargain Store, we'll save you more.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here ready to go to the 4th inning, and the Bears trailing at 10-1 right now here. The pitcher in and now for the Bears is Carroll. Came in that last inning here to keep the Mount Enterprise Wildcats at bay here as they've scored 4 runs there in that 3rd inning to make it a 10-1 ball game. So ready to go here for this 4th inning. It will be Zarazinski, Harmon, and Burkhart, the first 3 up here facing Carroll. As he'll look to do quick work here and see if he can get his team in there. As the Bears were making some noise there in the top half or the bottom half of that 3rd inning. Weren't able to push a run across. They left a couple of guys on, so let's see if they can get those working there as we go to the 4th. Here's the throw down by Crawford. Alrighty, so the meeting on the mound is over. To the plate, number 11 coming up first. Zarazinski steps in here ready to go against Carroll for the first time here today. First pitch, low outside, ball one. Swing and a miss. Now it's a 1-1 count to him at the plate. 1-1 count here from Carroll. Here's the pitch. Oh, swing and miss there, and looks like it's a foul ball. As Zarazinski will now have a 1-2 count to him at the plate here. Carroll now back in here working from the windup. Ready to go Zarazinski right back in. Here's the pitch to him. And it's going to be off the hands there and giving it a chase there from a third. Not able to get it there in foul ground. That is Quist. Gave it a look, but it's a foul ball. Stays 1-2. So the 1-2 count. Here comes Carroll bringing it. Catching that outside edge for the strikeout, and Carroll gets himself a second strikeout of the ball game there. And out number one here for the Wildcats. Coming to the plate, number 5. That is Caden Harmon, the pitcher. And with nobody on, going to look to help his own cause right here. Pitch on the way here from Carroll. Fly ball's going to get back to the screen, and it will be an 0-1 count to him. Heads up over there in the stands. Carroll now ready to go here with the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. This little bouncer right back to Carroll. Always going to stumble coming off. I'm going to say it's a foul ball. It bounced off of the plate, so foul ball, so 0-2 to him at the plate. Oh, 2, 1 out. There's Harmon. Carroll slipping coming off the mound there. Looks like he's going to be okay. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 0-2 pitch to his opponent, Harmon. We'll just staying alive there on the breaking ball. Nice breaking ball there from Carroll. Just staying on it there, getting a piece. Alrighty, so Carroll with the 0-2 pitch once again. Up on the inside, catching the inside edge, and it is now called strike 3. So 2 outs, nobody on. To the plates, Lucas Markart, the right fielder. Good at the plate here today. So with a 10-1 ball game here, Mount Enterprise over the Bears. Carroll. Done a good job here coming in for Brewster. A couple runs did come in there at the top of the third, but he's done very well since then. 1-0 the count here to Burkhart. That's a nice pitch once again. It's now a 1-1 count. So 1-1 to him. Burkhart goes right back in. High outside, it'll go 2-1. So Burkhart right back in with the 2-1 count, 2 outs. Here's Carroll to delivery, fouling it off to the screen, making it 2-2. Two count, Burkhart. And Carroll trying to get out of this inning with a 1-2-3 inning here. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. Going to get away from Crawford. Crawford going to throw down and complete the strikeout. And nice job there by the Bears and the Carrolls. They get a 1-2-3 inning here. So we'll go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It is a 10-1 ball game with the Mount Enterprise on the top. We'll be back right here on the NetSN.
Your Center Rough Rider winter sports schedule brought to you in part by Ace Hardware. Ace is the place in Shelby County for the helpful hardware folks. Brookshire Brothers, beginning its 103rd year as your neighborhood market. And Covington Lumber Supply. If you need it to build or repair, you find it at Covington's. At Hope Community Medicine, they believe that more than medicine is needed when providing quality care for their patients. With locations throughout East Texas, the vision is to give hope to those who seek a better life by caring for their body, mind, and soul, and not about their ability to pay. Through the network of staff and locations, Hope seeks to be primary provider of medical, dental, and behavioral health. Because the difference that Hope makes is the difference between night and day. Hope Community Health.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we get ready to go to the bottom of the fourth inning. As coming to the plate for the Bears will be Carroll, the pitcher. Carroll, Stevenson, and Searcy trying to work against Harmon. Harmon's done a really good job here. They had a couple base runners out there. A few of them, as a matter of fact. So Harmon ready to go here. Coach V makes his way down third base side. Coach Tondor down the first base line here for the Bears. Stepping in, ready to go. And now pitcher Carroll started off at third. That's a runner down the third base line. And it'll be D-Rack 1-2 him on the foul ball. Oh, 1 the count. Pitch on the way here from Harmon. That's a shot down the left field line, and it'll get out of play for a long. See the sunshine has come out here for us in the Piney Woods. And a nice evening on the way, a little bit of wind to dry things out a little bit. There's a fly ball on into left field. Left fielder on it there, and oh, what a nice snag down the line there by the left fielder. That is Zarazinski, and he made a great play out there for out number 1. Coming to the plate, Stevenson, the DH. 1 out. Stevenson, swing and a miss, 0-1 to him. Here's Harmon with the delivery. That's low. It'll go 1-1 on the count. So 1-1 count to him. Harmon ready to go. Outside Stevenson, now 2-1. So Stevenson not wasting any time. Jumps right back in. Here's the pitch. There's a little bouncer, and they get over Harmon's head. The shortstop coming up with a nice little dig. Will he make the play? And does. Nice job there by the shortstop on Lindemann, as he'll make the play 6-3 for out number 2. Had to rush up on it there and made a good little scoop. He transfer over to first. Nice play. So to the plate. Searcy comes up, center fielder, 2 outs, nobody on. Low ball, 1 to him. So Harmon looking for a quick inning here. Faced 4 batters in that last inning, looking to go 1-2-3. That's on the inside edge. 4 calls. D-Rack 1-1 now the count. One to him. Harmon stays in the windup. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-1. Right back in. Goes Searcy. And Harmon delivers. That's a fly ball out into the shallow center field, and it's Nice play there by the center fielder. Goes in and snags it. Jake Webb with a play out there in center field, sliding in for the catch. And he'll make it to make it a 1-2-3 inning here for the Timpson Bears. And we will go to the 5th inning. And coming up for Mount Enterprise will be Jones, and Lindeman when we come back right here on Net SN.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Don't miss your chance to experience the Blake Furniture Solar Eclipse Blackout Sale. Come into any of our 9 East Texas locations, mention Blackout, and you're eligible for interest-free terms and free local delivery. Just like the Eclipse, this Blackout Sale will go away fast. Come see us today.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here jamming out hard here at Dragon Stadium this afternoon. Timpson Bears, Mount Enterprise Wildcats. We go to the top of the 5th inning. That's where we are. I knew I had that right, and I changed it a while ago. It is the top of the 5th inning. As Mount Enterprise Wildcats coming to the plate, as will be Jones, and Lindeman, the first 3 up here against Carroll. Carroll had a good 1-2-3 inning there for the Bears. He's coming on here in a relief here this afternoon, has done a great job. So here we go to the 5th inning, and the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise going to get a big district win right here as they're trying to. Right now, you know, there's a long way to go here into this season, and anything can happen. But I tell you right now, you got Shelbyville, Garrison, and Gary right now, the top 3 teams in there. So a bunch of teams are really fighting for that 4 spot and maybe even that 3 spot. You never know. Just depends on how things work out. But right now, it is Gary, Shelbyville, and Garrison, the top 3 teams into this district. So for you teams out there that are fighting for that number 4 spot here, still got a long way to go. And we'll see how things shake out. But we're ready to go here for the 5th inning. And the Wildcats ready to step in here, ready to go. As the Jones brothers, Jackson and Nick, first and second baseman. Will be the first 2 up here against Carroll when we get ready to go. Had some rain when we first got here, but should be moved off and make some nice weather here. And with all the fields and everything, all the rain we've got, going to be some makeup games and a bunch of teams all over. We're going to have Douglas and Corrigan Camden coming up here after this one. So come on out here and enjoy the game. We got the concession stand open here in Shelbyville. We'll be back tomorrow, 4:30, Spring Hill and Center Rough Riders. And then after that, it'll be Shelbyville Dragons hosting the Gary Bobcats in a big district matchup. So here we go to the 5th inning, ready to go. Jackson Jones steps in here against Carroll. There's a shot there over to the second baseman on first pitch. Nice job up and good for the Bears. Moreland over to Duke, making the play. Coming to the plate now, Nick Jones. Pitch on the way, back to the screen. Actually now got Duke in that pitcher, number 8. He's a new pitcher here for the Bears. Quist over at third, Brewster. Brewster is still over at shortstop. So it's a 1-1 count here to the plate. That's a high fly ball over to the left side. And trying to run it down there. And it's going to be a fair ball as it bounces in front of the left fielder out there, Holloway. And, boy, I tell you, the wind got up there, but that's going to be a double for Jones. As, man, that one got up in the wind there. Somebody lost it there. Got three Bears going for it, but that's going to be a double here with 1 out. So now the runner over at the second here for Wildcats trying to push another runner across. Here's the pitch on the way. That's going to get away, and that's going to be a throw down to third. Here's the play down to third. He's going to be in there safe. Will Jones, as Lindemann at the plate, now has a 0-1 count, or 1-0 count to him. Runner over at third here for the Wildcats. Duke in there to pitch. That one going to make it a 1-1 count. Back to the screen here. Got a bunch of change there. Searcy's down over at the first. All right, now Duke with a 1-2 count to him at the plate. Fouls it back to the screen. And it stays 1-2. Runner will be over at the third here for the Wildcats, Mount Enterprise. Lindemann at the plate, trying to bring that run across. That'll be over on the right side. Searcy trying to get underneath it in foul ground and does make the play here. Here's the throw coming home, and the ball gets away from Crawford. And it will be an 11-1 ball game here as we get the second out down there at on the foul ball. So 2 outs, but the run comes in, now making it an 11-1 ball game. And with 2 outs, coming to the plate here is the catcher also. 2 outs, nobody on now as they bring him in. The throw to the plate was in time, but it got away from the catcher Crawford. That's going to be ball 1 to him. So now 11-1 here at the Shelbyville for Mount Enterprise and to the Wildcats. 1-0 to Lindemann, or Alsop at the plate. As the catcher trying to get on here. Here's the pitch to him. That's up high, 2-0. So with a 2-0 count, here's the pitch on the way. That's a shot in there to get there. And it just gets past the diving shortstop for the Bears. And it is Alsop on first. Solid smack over there. And with 2 outs, the Wildcats put a runner on. Rogers coming to the plate, the third baseman. Mount Enterprise has mounted a big offensive here in this game as they put up 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third, now 1 here into the fifth. And Crawford's going to throw down. Here's the run. That's going to be another stolen base here for the Wildcats. And it's a 1-0 end of the plate. Wildcats with 5 stolen bases here today. And with 2 outs, it'll be a 1-0 count here to Rogers at the plate. Nobody there for Duke as he turns around. So Duke now with a 1-0 count to him. 2 outs trying to get that third out here. Rogers stands in here trying to bring the runner in from second. He's got a runner scoring position here now. Just catches a piece of it now. 1-1 to count. That's in there for strike call now, 2-2. So the 2-2 count. Throw over to third there as they're trying to get it. Oh, he just does get back in on the throw. Is also run around back there trying to stay between second and third. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Fly ball. Second baseman going to get underneath it there, and he'll make the play there for the third out. But the run does come in as they leave a runner on, does Mount Enterprise, and we will go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. It's 11-1. with the Mount Enterprise and Wildcats with the lead right here on NetSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
Do what now? Pitch count for number 5. 51. All right. Well, that's it. I'll tell you what, he's been pitching pretty good, hasn't he? Yeah. Really? Yeah. So we got Harmon there. We're checking his pitch count there. Only 51 pitches here through his 4 innings of work. He's done really well. He's only give up the 1 run there, and a couple of errors was the reason for that run to come in. But, he's kept the base runners out there. They've only had a couple hits against him here today. So a nice job of pitching here by Harmon against the Bears. Coming to the plate now is Bass. The right fielder will be Bass, Holloway, and Crawford, the first 3 up here as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And the Wildcats actually 3 outs away here as that one's going to get down. And that'll be a base runner here as Bass is on to start off the inning for the Bears. So Bass gets on here, and that'll bring Holloway to the plate to the left fielder. As he'll come up here now ready to face Harmon. Holding him on over at first is Jones. Harmon now to the stretch, and that's in there for strike 1 to him. Harmon and the Wildcats trying to get those 3 outs here. Get a run rule win here over the Bears. The Bears trying to have something to say about that here in this inning. Swing and a miss now, 0-2. The 0-2 count to him is Harmon. Checking the runner over at first, now bringing it to the plate. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. That is out number 1 here. Another strikeout here for Harmon on the afternoon. So with 1 out, top of the order, Crawford. He's been on his 2 times at the plate today. Started off the game and scored that 1 run there for the Bears back in the first. Steps up here with Bass over there at first base right now, taking a lead. Harmon from the stretch sends it over to the third base side, and it is Steerack 1 on the foul ball. Crawford right back in here. And the pitch on the way from Harmon. Catching that outside edge for a call. Steerack 2. 0-2 the count. So Crawford with an 0-2 count stands right back in here trying to move the runner. High for ball 1, 1-2. I'm trying to bring it to the inside of him. Here we go. Fouling it back to the screen, leaving the count 1-2 here for Harmon against Crawford, battling at the plate. We got Bass sitting over there at first Hill, and then Shelbyville and Gary outside 2-2. Friday, we will make our way over to Joaquin for some more baseball. Joaquin and Woden. And then Monday in Timpson for Timpson and Joaquin softball. And then Beckville and Shelbyville softball as they'll wrap up the regular season there in Beckville. That's our plan here. 2-2. Watch out, then we're coming across back there. Trying to get the fans on their toes back there behind us. So 2-2 now the count. It's Crawford trying to get on here against Harmon. Harmon outside. That one's going to get away. Bask take a long look, and he's going to just barely get in there. Oh, he does get in there. That was a close play there. But Bass does get in there. I mean, he leaned back towards first and then took off to second. That was a close play down there, but ref calls him good. So now the count full at the plate, and the runner will now be over at second for the Bears. And Crawford now ready to go from Harmon. Fly ball out into left field, and left fielder is going to get over his head there, and the run's going to come in, and that's going to be an RBI double here. And Bass comes sliding in, and RBI double make it a 11-2 ball game. So big knock there makes it 11-2. Runner stays over at second. Now Duke comes to the plate here. Brewster on the deck. So the run comes in, making 11-2. Brewster now at short. Stands in here. That's in there for a strike call, 0-1. That's Duke in there at the plate. Sorry, folks. Duke taking that one outside. Now it's a 1-1 count to him. Brewster on deck here for the Bears as Duke stands in here. So they brought a run in. Now 1-1 count, 1 out. That's a high fly ball out into center field. Center fielder going back there, and that is going to be over his head, and it bounces to the fence. So there comes the run coming in here out of the plate, and he'll be safe here. Now throw back out to second, and being safe out there is Duke. So Duke gets an RBI double, and now they'll make it an 11-3 ball game. The 3 with 1 out. Place the runner over at second. So here comes Brewster to the plate. Harmon delivers outside. And it goes 1-0 to him. So the Bears trying to chip away here as it's 11-3, still only 1 out. And they got to run over at second. And it's going to be Harmon hitting the hitter, hitting the batter. And so hit by the pitch. 1 out. Puts runners at first and second now as Quist comes to the plate. Coach going to go out and have a chat with his pitcher out there. Not anywhere near up on the pitch count, but first time he's been in a little bit of trouble. So it's 11-3 here, and Coach V going to have a chat with his base runner and his pitcher or his hitter down there on the third base line. So right now it was a couple outs away here for Mount Enterprise. Now the Bears have mounted a little bit of a comeback here into the 5th inning, trying to force a longer game here, and that's what they're going to do. And see if they're going to leave Harmon in the ball game. He's pitched very well here for the Wildcats so far this afternoon, with an 11-3 lead and only 1 out. Umpire's going to go out and say, hey, let's break up this meeting. Going to leave Harmon in the game. See if he can pitch his way out of this, as they'll have a runner over at second. First and second, I should say, here for the Bears. Bottom half of the 5th inning. So stepping right back in here now goes Quist. Quist, first pitch out there into right field. Right fielder's right there on it. Gets in, makes a nice play. 2 outs on the fly ball outs. So that would bring Carroll to the plate. Carroll started off at third, ended up as the pitcher, and then moved out to center. And Coach Condro's team moves him around. All right, so runners stay at first and second here for the Bears. They brought a couple in here against Harmon. It's 11-3 now. And swing and a miss, 0-1 to him. Harmon going to look for that third out here. Pitch on the way. Catching outside edge, now 0-2. So Harmon standing in here. Checks the runner over at second to the plate. That's low. So right back in goes Quist. Harmon to the plate. Swing and a miss. That's now 2-2. So 2-2 here to Quist as he's trying to continue the inning here. Harmon trying to get his team out of it. As a couple of runs have come in, trying to leave a couple of men on here. And here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss for the strikeout, and that'll do it here for the Bears. They leave a couple, but they do bring in a couple. And that will make it a 11-3 ball game as we get ready to go to the sixth inning. It will be 11-3. Mount Enterprise with the lead over Timpson here from Shelbyville on NetSN. Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we get ready to go to the sixth inning. 11-3, Mount Enterprise with the lead. Coming to the plates. First up here in the sixth inning is number 3, Jace Webb. First hitter here. There we go. And first pitch he sees is going to drive it over to the right side and get out of play. It's a long strike here on the foul ball. 0-1 to him. Right back in goes Webb, center fielder. Facing Duke here, the pitcher, and that's a 1-1 count now. So Duke 1-1 to him. Webb gets a piece of that one, bounces it, foul. And it's now 1-2. So the 1-2 count. Webb right back in here. Duke delivers. Up high, 2-2 now. There's a shot and a bouncer there at a second. Second baseman up. And no, just not going to get him. Nice try there on the play. But not able to make the play there. as the ball had him flowing there towards the second base side. So runner on here for the Wildcats. Leadoff man on. It's going to bring Zarazinski to the plate. So Duke now checks him over there at first. Gets him back in there. There's Zarazinski right back in here facing Duke. No outs and a man on. Here's the pitch to the plate, low. And it's now 1-0 to him. So with a 1-0 count, that was a high fly ball here on the left field side. And a nice job there by the third baseman. That's Carroll over there making a great play. We got Quist over there at third making a great play there on the fly ball. And a 1 out. Leaving the runner over at first. Nice job there by Quist. All right, so with 1 out, high fly ball here, getting out of play. Strike 1 to him. Runner over at first. 1 out here for the Wildcats. Duke on the hill here for the Bears. Trying to keep the Wildcats from putting across any more runs as the Bears were able to put across a couple there. Oh, got him leaning a little bit, but he does get back in time. He had a little bit of a lean toward that second base side, but gets himself right back in there. Zarazinski. I'm sorry, that is Webb over there at first. As Harmon at the plate, the pitcher. 0-1 count to him, trying to help his own cause here against Duke, the pitcher. And the lefty comes set, ready to go. Up inside, here's the throw down. And, just off the mark there for Crawford. Another stolen base here. 1-1 count at the plate. With a 1-1 count, Harmon checking with coach down the line. Here's Crawford and Duke have a little bit of a chat out here as they'll leave the runner there. And now over at second. And the 1-1 count. So 1-1 to Harmon, standing in. Duke checks him over at second. Webb with the lead there. That's up high. Gets off the glove of Crawford. Now 2-2. 2-1 at the plate. Two 2-1 count to him. Pitch on the way. Fouling back to the screen. Makes it a 2-2 count. So the 2-2 count. Right back in goes Harmon. Trying to move Webb off a second there. Duke checking him there. Now we'll come to the plate with a 2-2 pitch. High fly ball over to the right field. And they get down between the second baseman and the right fielder. Getting over to third there will be Webb. So runners will be on the corners here. As got lost up into the air. 1 out. Runners now onto the corners now for the Wildcats. So now with only 1 out, coming to the plate here is Bernhardt. So Bernhardt will step in here now with runners on the corners. 1 out. And no throw over here by Duke. Fake to first, no throw to third. Runners take their leads once again. Swing and a miss here by Burkhart. 0-1 to him. So Duke trying to do everything he can to get these last 2 outs, keep any more runs coming across. Mount Enterprise looking to do it. Crawford, that one's not going to be, that'll get him there at home. As that one bounces back pretty quick there for Crawford as they get Webb out. That is out number 2. But going over to second, as it will be a 1-1 count after the plate. Now runner over at second here for the Wildcats. 1-1 to Burkhart at the plate with 2 outs now. Duke gets that 1 out without 1 run coming across, and see if he can get Burkhart here at the plate. As his team was able to put up 2 in that last inning. See if he can get him in there and see if they can get those bats working once again here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Fouls it back to the screen now. 1-2. So with a 2-2 count. 2-2 is the count. 2-2 count here to Burkhart. He steps right back in. Duke delivers, swing and a miss for the strikeout, and that'll do it here for Mount Enterprise. They do leave a man out there, and they had a chance to bring a man home, but there was out at the plate. So we will go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is 11-3 ball game here. Mount Enterprise on top of the Timpson Bears. We'll be right back here on the Net SN.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible, no matter their age. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointments, telehealth services you can do from home, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
Your local bank is on the move with improvements to 2 locations. One on the World Wide Web. What used to be ShelbySavingsBank.com is now SSBTex.com, a more powerful and user-friendly website. And at the original Selma Street location, a new lobby to better serve you. Improvements to the corner of Shelbyville and Selma, and at the intersection of your device and the World Wide Web. It's SSB, same bank, new look.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we get ready to go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and it's 11-3 Mount Enterprise lead here over the Timpson Bears this afternoon. Coming to the plate, it's going to be number 15 Stevenson, Searcy, and Bass, the first 3 up here against Harmon. All right, so here we go. As Stevenson stands in here, the DH. We're checking the pitch count here on Harmon. First pitch to him up inside for ball 1. 1-0 Stevenson, DH, trying to get things started here for the Bears. They put up a couple runs in that last half inning. They can do it here in this one. And that's in there for low, ball 2. 2-0. Swing and a miss here. Now 2-1. Two-one count. Stevenson right back in. Looking to get something started here against Harmon here into the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a little bouncer over to first. And right there at the line and handling it there is Jones for 1 out. One out. 11-3 ball game here. Coming to the plate, Searcy. And first pitch from Harmon to Searcy. Low on the inside, ball 1. The count to him. A reminder, too, folks, we'll be right back here for more baseball tomorrow. Center and Spring Hill, and then Shelbyville and Gary. The 2 games we'll be covering here on NetSN tomorrow. That's low on the inside, 2-0. Friday, we'll be in Joaquin for Woden at Joaquin baseball. And then Monday in Timpson for Timpson and Joaquin softball. And then Tuesday at Beckville for Beckville and Shelbyville softball. Wrapping up the season there. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1 to him. Trying to give it a ride there is Searcy. Just out in front of it. So now Harmon ready to go. Searcy in. Here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Now goes 2-2. Harmon Looking to make quick work of the Bears here in this inning as he gave up a couple runs in that last half inning. So trying to keep the Bears at bay here as Searcy fouls that one away. Staying alive, 2-2. So Searcy ready to go. Harmon as well has the signing likes from Alsop already ready to go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up high, runs the count full, now 3-2. 3-2 to him, right back he goes. Harmon wasting no time, bringing it outside, ball 4. So base runner here for the Bears, 1 out. So that'll bring Bass to the plate. Scored that run for the Bears, one of those 2 runs for the Bears back in that last half inning. And now comes up, ready to go. Throwing over there to first, keeping him honest over there. Searcy back in, Bass. Ready for the pitch. Low ball 1 to him. 1-0 with 1 out. Now working from the stretch is Harmon. Searcy takes his lead over there at first. Here's the pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. Now it's a 1-1 count.
Hey, Jaron, don't turn out. Stay on it all the way. Come on, keep your chin in there.
So right fielder Bass. Back in here now. Here's the throw over to first. Searcy dives back in. Hold him on to Jones there for the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise. Right back in here goes Bass. There's a runner there at the shortstop. Shortstop going to come up and trying to go 6-3 and get him by a step down there at first. Moving the runner over to a second, but it will be 2 outs here in the inning. Nice try to get down the line. Just does get him by a step there. So runner moves over to second here with 2 outs. Tomlinson. Bass. So now we're going to bring Tomlinson to the plate here, pinch hitter. Coming in here with 2 outs. He'll come in here for Holloway. So Tomlinson will come in here now ready to go against Harmon. 2 outs and runner over at second. So Harmon still staying in the stretch. Takes him a second to the plate. High fly ball out into shallow left field. The shortstop's going to be there to make the play. And that is out number 3. So that'll do it there for the Bears. And we will go to the bottom, or to the top half of the 7th inning, I should say. And it will be Mount Enterprise coming to the plate. They lead it 11-3 right here on Net SN.
Your Center Rough Rider winter sports schedule brought to you in part by Ace Hardware. Ace is the place in Shelby County for the helpful hardware folks. Brookshire Brothers, beginning its 103rd year as your neighborhood market. And Covington Lumber Supply. If you need it to build or repair, you find it at Covington's.
Don't miss your chance to experience the Blake Furniture Solar Eclipse Blackout Sale. Come into any of our 9 East Texas locations, mention Blackout, and you're eligible for interest-free terms and free local delivery. Just like the Eclipse, this Blackout Sale will go away fast. Come see us today.
Father, for lunch today, I would like a salad.
Father, for lunch, I'd like one of those American
no, I couldn't possibly.
cheeseburgers.
I'm a vegetarian.
Cheeseburger. That's what I need.
Father.
Ice cream.
Oh, when everyone in your family thinks they're royalty, take them someplace where they can all get something good. Dairy Queen.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here ready to go to the top half of the 7th inning, and the Mount Enterprise Wildcats here lead at 11-3 over the Timpson Bears. Duke in for his 3rd inning of work has done a really good job here. He's only given up the 1 run since he's came in to the ball game, and that was back in the 5th inning. So now we're ready to face the bottom half of the order. Will be Jackson Jones, Nick Jones, and then the top of the order, Peyton Lindemann, the first 3 up here against Duke. And the Timpson Bears, they tried to hold them at bay and see if they can get the bats working there in the bottom half of the 7th as the Bears are down to the final 3 outs here when they come up to bat. So here's the throw down. Now we're ready to go here as Mount Enterprise looking to get themselves a big district win here today over a good district opponent in the Bears. So here we go. It will be Jackson Jones, the first baseman, standing up here first, going against Duke for the Bears. Jackson stands in here ready to go now. Duke ready for the first pitch of the 7th. There's a little runner down there, first baseline. Nice job there by the first baseman, picking it up, and will make the play. And do you believe that is Searcy over there at first? And it is. Out number 1, 1 pitch, 1 out for Duke here in the 7th. Nick Jones, the second baseman, to the plate. And Duke delivers. High fly ball, and it's going to get out of play for foul ball, strike 1. Heads up over on the football field over there. Strike 1 to him. Number 9 hitter, Nick Jones, stands in here. And that's going to make it an 0-2 count to him at the plate. Nice pitch there by Duke. Up on the inside. 1-2 now the count. 1-2, 1 out, Duke. And the pitch on the way here from Duke, the 1-2 outside, making a 2-2 count. Duke trying to work quick here as a 2-2 to him. Low on the inside, over on the count full. So now it'll be a full count here with 1 out. And Nick Jones standing right in here, ready to go. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low for ball 4, so a base runner on here for base runner will be on here for Mount Enterprise as Coach Tondro is going to go out and have a chat here with Duke, and he's going to pull Duke out of the ball game here, and going to bring in number 6. That's Holloway coming in from left field. So Holloway's going to come in from left field. See what Coach Tondro is going to do here on some changes. Holloway's going to come in here, be the 4th pitcher of the day for the Bears. So Holloway will come in here and will be the new pitcher. Searcy will go back out into left field. So Searcy will go to left field. Holloway comes in to pitch. Searcy goes to left field. Out there in center is going to be Carroll. Duke will move over to first base now. Get himself back over to first where he started the ball game. Okay, so now I think we got everything there. Holloway into the pitch. I'll go back to third here. Brewster out there as well. So with one out here, coming in here is going to be Holloway, the new pitcher. So it looks like it will be Moreland back over at second, Quist over at first, and then Brewster will stay at a shortstop here. That's what we'll do. All right, so that's the way it'll go. Carroll will go out to center field. Searcy will be in left. Holloway will be into pitch. Duke will go back over to first. So here we go now as we're ready to go. As he'll face the top of the order, Lindemann will be the first one here against Holloway into the top of the seventh with one out and a runner on. All right, so pitching change over. So now the lefty Holloway will step in with a runner on first, facing the top of the order, Peyton Lindemann. That's a shot out into center field, and it'll get down in front of the center fielder out there. That is Carroll out there. So one out now, runners at first and second here for Mount Enterprise. Only one out. Stepping to the plate here is the catcher Alsop. We'll have Lindemann and Jones over there at first and second with only one out. Pitcher Holloway for the Bears here. Stands in, ready to go. Pitch on the way. Outside, gets away from Crawford. Runners are going to advance as it will be ball one. So now runners at second and third here for Mount Enterprise. And Holloway, the 1-0 count to him at the plate. That's outside, now 2-0.
It's not a bad spot, 6.
So Holloway right back on the hill now with a 2-0 count. Got runners at second and third here. Pitch on the way, low. And Rogers, I'm sorry, that's also out of the plate. It's now 3-0 to him. Now Holloway definitely doesn't want to load him up here. And the 3-0 pitch to him. That's in there for a call. D-Rack taking all the way. It is Alsop. So 3-1 there now for pitcher Holloway. Fourth pitcher of the day here for the Bears. Trying to shut down the Wildcats here in the seventh. That's low for ball 4. So that will be the bases loaded with one out here for Mount Enterprise. Coming to the plate now is going to be Aiden Rogers, the third baseman. He'll step up here, bases full. Only one out. Rogers had a big knock earlier in this game in that second inning. He'll drive in a couple of runs here, and that one's going to foul off, and 0-1 count. So it will be 0-1 to him. As Rogers steps right back in here, ready to go against Holloway. Holloway, bases full, worried about the guy at the plate. Can't catch the outside edge, and it is ball 1. 1-1 now to count.
Come on, man.
1-1 to him. And runners take their leads here. The bases are full for the Wildcats. That's low. Now 2-1.
Let's go, 6.
Holloway looking for that second out here. Maybe a ground ball. See if he can get a double play. Get his team out of here without any damage here. And the pitch up high. Runs at 3-1. To him. No place to put him on here. And the pitch on the way. That's a shot out into right field, and it'll get down. One run comes in. Another run going to come in here, and that's a 2 RBI single here Two RBI single there for Rogers as 2 more runs come in. And there'll be runners onto the corners now for Mount Enterprise. As it now will be a 13-3 ball game. Runners on the corners here. Still only 1 out. That's in there for a strike call. So 0-1 for Holloway as the Mount Enterprise Wildcats gets those 2 runs they gave up back there into the 5th inning. Up high inside, 1-0. So Webb looking to continue this inning here with runners on the corners, 1 out, 1-1 the count. Holloway bringing it. Swing and a miss. It is now 1-2. Good pitch there by Holloway. Got him to chase after that one. So Holloway with a 1-2, looking for that second out. Pitch on to the way. Outside, going to get away from Crawford. And a good job getting back here as runner does take off and go to second, but it'll be a 2-2 count. So now runners in scoring position at second and third here for Mount Enterprises. 2-2 at the plate. Holloway working here to Webb. The center fielder steps right back in here. Pitch on the way. And we're just getting a piece of it, staying alive. Stays 2-2. Crawford taking a shot there to the inside. Looks like he's going to be okay, thank goodness. 2-2 now the count to him. So with that 2-2 count, Holloway delivers. Staying alive here, bouncing it away. There is a Webb, and it'll stay 2-2. Runners at second and third here now for the Wildcats as Holloway trying to get the hitter. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up high for ball number 3. Oh, they kind of called it strike. Okay, so strike 3 was the call there for out number 2. First strikeout here for Holloway, so now with 2 outs. Zarozinski comes to the plate, left fielder, trying to get a hold of one. Outside, ball 1 to him. So 1-0 the count. Zarozinski right back in here. Here's the 1-0. Bouncer fouls it away, 1-1. So it's a 1-1 count. Zarozinski. We'll be ready to go here against Holloway once again. Here's the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Bears pitching just been a little bit off here today. Some good pitches, just missing just a little inside and out. And that's going to catch Zarozinski. And he's hit by the pitch. So that'll put runners now at first and second here for the Bears, for the Wildcats. And the pitcher, Harmon, will come to the plate here. The bases will now be full for the Wildcats once again. And the pitch on the way. Strike 1 from Holloway. Some bases full of Wildcats. 0-1 here. As Harmon stands in, sends it back to the screen, fouling it away, and now 0-2. So the 0-2 count. right back in goes Harmon, and Holloway looking to get out of here without any more damage. Swinging and a miss for the strikeout, and that'll do it there. And Holloway needed that one as they leave the bases loaded. And we will go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Timpson Bears need some base runners here. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the 7th to wrap this one up here on Net SN.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Year in and year out, Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep has backed the riders. And year in and year out, Wright Chrysler is the place you go for the right vehicles, Jeeps, SUVs, cars, and trucks. Sales manager Jeff Baker and Chrysler and Rough Rider standout Greg Hubbard would love to set you up with the right vehicle at Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we get ready to go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Bears need base runners, and Harmon going to look to try to finish off the Bears here as he's had 6 innings of work. He's thrown 89 pitches, and he's had 7 or 8 strikeouts here this afternoon, and a couple base on balls, giving up a few runs here today as well. But the defense played good behind him too. So good job here by the Wildcats. We'll be ready to face the top of the order. Crawford, Duke, and Brewster, the first 3 up here against him, as the Bears were able to score a couple runs there back in the 5th. None there in the 6th, as it was 11-1 there, and they avoided the run rule there at the end of the 5th by putting up a couple. See if they can put something together here in the bottom of the 7th, as they need a ton of base runners here. They're going to start off here to the leadoff man, Crawford, who's done an excellent job on the base paths today. He's been out there all day. Here's a little run, and he's going to dig out one there. Oh, he is going to dig that one out and just get down the line. Nice job getting down the line there by Crawford, and he is on. So he was digging down the line there. Duke, a little chopper there to third baseman. Nice job there by Rogers. Coming up with the play about halfway down the line. Crawford speedy down the line. Here's Duke stepping in. And Harmon delivers. Low inside. Quick snap down to first from Alsop. And it's ball 1. And back in goes Duke. A 1-0 count to him. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a little something off of it. Did Harmon on that one. 1-1 to count. So a 1-1 to him. And Harmon bringing it. Catching the outside edge there for a call. D-Rack 2. 1-2 now the count. So the 1-2 count to him. Duke stands right back in here. Harmon with the pitch. Fly ball here onto the infield. Calling for it there to shortstop. Lindemann, and he'll make the play there for out to number 1. Infield fly right there. So 1 out. Brewster comes to the plate here with runner at first. 1 out. Twist on the deck. As Harmon trying to finish off the Bears here for Mount Enterprise this afternoon. And I'm up to 94 pitches out there, so he's pitched very well. And now the first pitch on the way. Fouls it off. 0-1 to him. 0-1 to Brewster. Standing right back in here. Harmon from the stretch, bringing it. And that's going to be fouled off, and it'll be 0-2. Be a big district win here for Mount Enterprise and the Wildcats. A lot of teams here trying to fight for that bottom district position. That one's up high, and it'll go 1-2. Couldn't get a chase after that one. Right now, it's Garrison, Shelbyville, and looks like Gary, the top 3 in this district, but that number 4 spot be open. It could be possessed by a few different teams here. 1-2 now from Harmon. On the inside, now runs at 2-2. So the 2-2 count. Leading over there at first is Crawford. Jones holding one on. Harmon bringing it. And that's a little runner out in front, and it'll be a foul ball. And it'll stay 2-2. We'll get everybody reset. Brewster will come back in here, starting pitcher for the day. Now over at shortstop here for Coach Tondro's squad. Excuse me, 2-2. Fly ball out into left center field, and that's going to get down in the gap here for Brewster, and it'll bounce all the way to the fence. Coming around here, Brewster is at second. Here's the throw coming in. Crawford going to come in here, and Brewster going to be out. Oh, my goodness, a hard play there over at third. And Brewster is going to be out going into third. That was a hard play there as they were trying to go in there to it. As Rogers in foul ground because to come back in, and coming into third baseman there is going to be Brewster. He's going to be out. But, man, that was a hard play there over at third. Hope everybody's going to be okay, but the run does come in. It'll make it 13-4. And diving in there, Rogers trying to get him. Not a hard play, not anything unintentional to hurt anybody there. We're just trying to dive in, but hard play over there at third, and good to see that Brewster's okay walking off under his own power. 2 outs now with a runner. Two outs. 13-4. Base is now empty here for the Bears. Come to the plate here is going to be Quist. 2 outs, nobody on. And looking to finish it off here is Harmon for the Wildcats. Swing, gets a piece of that one there. He's going to be fouling it off 0-1. And the pitch on the way. That's a shot there at a third. Rogers up on it. He's going to come across and make a good play, 5-3. And that's going to do it there, as it will be a 13-4 victory for the Mount Enterprise. For the Mount Enterprise Wildcats over the Timpson Bears here this afternoon. It's a 13-4 here, and a big district matchup there by these two teams. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We got our Wiggins Farm postgame show. We're going to wrap it up here as we'll get you ready for the next game coming up. There's going to be Douglas and Corrigan Camden. That game will be here, so come on out here to Shelbyville and enjoy the game. We'll be back here tomorrow for more baseball. We'll talk about that coming up. But right now, our Wiggins postgame farm show. Wiggins Farm postgame show.
The Wiggins Farms postgame show also brings you Elite Hair Design. Find them on Foster Street. Carrie Wiggins and her staff use only elite products to turn out ladies with elite hair design.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
All right, we're back here, folks. We'll wrap it up as the Wiggins Farm postgame show here, and it's a big win there by the Mount Enterprise of Mount Enterprise. There we go. Mount Enterprise Wildcats here as they get to win 13-4 here over Timpson here. A big win that they needed there to keep a track going here as playoffs are coming up here in a few weeks. And every win is important here in this district. And going to give the game player of the game to Caden Harmon, the pitcher for Mount Enterprise, and the Wildcats here. He pitched himself a great game, a little over 100 pitches, had a few strikeouts here on the day, gave up a few runs here and had a couple errors behind him, but I think he pitched very well, and he should deserve that game of the player of the game here. And a good job here by the hitting by the Mount Enterprise Wildcats. They did really, really well. They were able to put up some runs there in the fifth, the second and the third inning to really get a lead out there and keep the batters there. And Harmon was able to hold down the batters there for Timpson in this ball game. So that's the way that one's going to come out here. It's going to be a 13-4 win for the 13-4 win for the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise over the Timpson Bears here this afternoon. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up here for us on this one here today. Hope everyone has as much fun listening to it as we've had playing it for you. And we'll be back tomorrow right back here at 4:30 on NetSN. We'll have Center Rough Riders taking on Spring Hill, and then we'll also cover Shelbyville and Gary tomorrow afternoon right here in Shelbyville. So come out and enjoy some of the ball games. That's going to do it for us folks here today. Have a great day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow here in Shelbyville for more baseball, and hopefully without the rain. Hope your night is awesome, blessed, and have a wonderful evening. God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless each and every one of you. We're out of here, folks. Bye-bye.